Alright, so if you have a Case sv300 skidder and you're coming up with 5504 code, and this machine also had a 5511, and the place to start, it said, is start with previous codes, or 5511 said start with any previous codes first. So what I did is I just followed this printout that I got from the service desk at Case, and what they have you do is to start with checking the connector on the bucket spool valve position sensor. So X21 is right down in here. There's your, it would be the middle one. So, right. Right there, that one is the spool valve one. A little bit bugger to get your hand in there and pop the clip. Give it a little wiggle and it comes out. Alright, so you unplug that. You can see I got it unplugged. And so the wire they want you to start with tracing first, in it they tell you the pin number, but in the next line down they also tell you that it's the yellow wire. So that wire there on the left is the yellow wire you gotta trace. So, and they have you go to the very end by the I believe they call it the UCM, which I didn't trace quite that far. I did it in segments, which was easier for me and worked out great. So I went from there, and then the yellow wire next emerges right at this plug-in, right here. So I unplugged this plug-in, made sure I had continuity between that yellow wire here and over there at the plug-in, and I did, and it was great. So then I went to do the next step and go from here to the UCM, they call it. And as I was inspecting the wires here, I noticed that this pink wire down here had a chafe in it, and then I looked and I seen it was green and was completely broke connection. So I figured I'd start there and fix that before I trace the wire on more. Well, wouldn't you know it, as soon as I splice that back together with a heat shrink butt splice, I fired the machine up and both codes went away, and the boom and bucket is now operational again. So that worked awesome. So then I took and I zip tied this harness back just a little bit more, because the pink wire originally rubbed on this slightly sharp edge of the frame here because they were uptight. So I just pulled that back and zip tied it to the other harness that's sitting below it so it can't slide back there again. Hopefully this helps anybody that had that trouble code, or at least it's a place to start. It was very hard to find information on where the spool valve was, and luckily the Case serviceman at our local dealer was willing to take time and print off this guide here on where to start, and you know, just to kind of chug along until you find your problem. Luckily mine was pretty short in the food chain. Hopefully this helps anybody. Have a great day.